Next on Worcester News tonight, vaping is on the rise in schools across central Massachusetts. Administrators are hoping a new law will help curb the problem. Plus, a Charlton girl gets to ride back to school in style after taking a year off to battle cancer. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. First at 6, chilly temperatures tonight, and it looks like they're here to stay. Let's get you right over to meteorologist Tim Kelly for the forecast.
Yeah, it's cold outside. There's a bit of a warm front coming at us. That's the reason the clouds came in before the sun went down. Look at this mini snowstorm over Atlantic City, New Jersey. We have an ocean storm forming. That's the lightning. And then this little trough over in New Jersey. That's staying south. Did have some snow off at Cape Cod trying to back our way, but it's not going to make it. So outside this evening, we're in the 20s and with a bit of a breeze increasing from the southwest. Probably not as cold as last night, at least not in the more urban areas downtown. On some of the hillsides where the sky does tend to clear it out late tonight, you can get down to 15 to 20. Tomorrow with a few clouds around, it's a little bit less chilly. The wind is out of the southwest. A mixture of sun and clouds. By 1 o'clock, we're about 32, 33 degrees. Climatological average this time of year is close to 40. We'll get close to 40 away from the hills. Could be a snow shower or a snow squall tomorrow night. That is a push of even colder air that's going to come in during the day Friday. And the weekend is cold, but mostly storm-free. We are watching some winter storms to our south. More details in a few minutes.
New numbers out today show just how lucrative the recreational marijuana industry is here in Massachusetts. Between November 26th and December 2nd, Cultivate in Leicester and New England Treatment Access in Northampton made a combined $2.5 million. It's slightly more than the profits from the first week. Since sales began last month, the shops have made a total of $4.8 million. Dozens of towns across the state have already raised the age to buy tobacco products to 21, but soon it will be statewide. School administrators say with all the new smoking fads, they are hoping this law will help. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now to explain. Rosalind?
Olivia, an e-cigarette that looks like a flash drive can fit in a student's pocket, which concerns experts who are calling the new trend an epidemic. In just a few weeks, a new law will make it illegal for teenagers to buy tobacco products. Starting December 31st, the smoking age in Massachusetts will be 21.
Anything that our legislators and our lawmakers and the community at large can do to help kids stay safe and healthy.
But Uxbridge High School principal Michael Rubin says there's a new concern as more kids are taking an interest in Juuling. It's an e-cigarette with a high nicotine content and looks like a flash drive.
It's very hard to detect. They're very easily hidden.
The Food and Drug Administration is calling Juuling an epidemic. Tina Grosowski is the project manager for Central Massachusetts Tobacco-Free Partnership. She says the nicotine content in each Juul pod is the same as in a pack of cigarettes.
Adolescent brains are still developing, and they're still developing until age 23, 24. So when a young person uses nicotine, they get addicted much more quickly, and they could be lifelong users.
She says the new law is a good strategy to limit teens' access to tobacco products.
We're lowering the rates of the use of these products for young people.
Principal Rubin says they've integrated the dangers of Juuling and the use of tobacco into the classroom and are educating parents on what to look for in hopes of decreasing the amount of teens who turn to Juuling.
If there is a student who gets caught, we actually have more of a remediation more than a discipline program. We want students to go through kind of a 5-week program, if you will, where they interact with some of the health providers, a nurse.
Now again, the law goes into effect December 31st. It will also prohibit the sale of tobacco in pharmacies as well. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Jury selection is getting underway today for the trial of an 82-year-old man charged with murder. Ralph Demasi is charged with murder and robbery in the shooting death of an armored truck guard in 1991. It happened during a holdup on Lincoln Street. Prosecutors say 52-year-old Edward Morlock was carrying bags of money from a Shaw supermarket when he was gunned down. They say Demasi was one of 5 men who took part in the robbery and was one of the men who shot at Morlock. An Auburn man is named the state's new Secretary of Public Safety after it was announced Tuesday Dan Bennett will step down from his post in Governor Charlie Baker's cabinet. Thomas Turco has been running the state's prison system since 2016, and before he was the chief probation officer in Worcester Superior Court from 2003 to 2015. Bennett has served as the top public safety official in Baker's cabinet since he took office in 2015. A Charlton girl makes a special return to school. She was out for more than a year battling cancer, and the town's fire department says when they heard her story, they wanted to help her make a grand entrance. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with the story. Chandler?
Olivia, Ariel Dussault is starting with half days until she builds up her strength. She says she's excited to be back at school, especially how she first arrived.
Ariel Dussault makes a grand entrance. The 8-year-old took a year off from school to battle cancer, and the Charlton Fire Department gave her a ride for her first day at the Heritage School in Engine 2.
I missed all my good friends.
Ariel is a 2-time survivor. Parents John and Deb Dussault say she was first diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia when she was 3, and again just before her birthday last year.
She's been so resilient. She really has bounced back. She has a very positive attitude, and she's always been kind of a spunky fighter.
After treatment and a bone marrow transplant from her younger brother Josh, Ariel couldn't be in public places.
Restaurants, stores, anything like that. We couldn't have people over the house to reduce the risk of germs.
She's now healthy enough and making her return.
I feel a whole lot stronger.
Deputy Chief Jason Cantara heard Ariel's story and wanted the fire department to help out. They brought her back to school last week to make sure it was a special day for her.
High five. I'll never forget when we picked her up, the smile that, ear to ear on her face when she saw the trucks and the police cars.
Ariel says she's missed her teachers. Some even visited her in her first hospital room.
And then I went to another room after a while, and then another one. I still remember all of them.
The family says they got through with their faith and with the help of a great team of people. And seeing Ariel aboard the fire truck was a great feeling.
It's certainly a celebration,
Right.
That's for sure. I mean, perfect timing for the Christmas season as well.
Ariel's fire truck ride has inspired her. She says she now wants to be a firefighter when she grows up. The department says she'd be a perfect fit, and they have an application waiting when she's ready. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
You gotta love her attitude. Thank you, Chandler. A Chinese researcher claims to have created the first genetically modified babies. Researchers at WPI took time today to discuss the process of human editing. The researcher, Hei Jiaku, says he altered embryos for a set of twins born this past October. He says his goal was not to cure or prevent an inherited disease, but to prevent the possibility of being infected with HIV. The WPI panel discussed the emerging science of what some people are calling designer babies and its ethical repercussions.
Children did not have HIV. So we were not curing them of a disease that they have. We, in this case, the scientists are attempting to make changes to prevent them from getting a disease in the future. So I think that that's really different than trying to cure an existing disease state.
And WPI says more research will be done on this controversial topic. In the past 5 years, Charlton has seen a 57% increase of traffic accidents in town. A report sent to selectmen shows 2 Stafford Street intersections were ranked the highest for crashes. The Civilian Traffic Commission says 47 accidents happened at one intersection and 48 at the other since 2013. Police officer Richard McGrath says the town will purchase 4 solar-powered stop signs to try to cut back on accidents. In the meantime, he's hoping something can be done statewide to stop distracted driving.
If there was one thing that I would suggest statewide is to go to a hands-free law that prevents people from using their cell phones and being distracted while on the road. They have one mission, one job, and that's to drive the car. And all these other distractions are the ones that are increasing some of these problems.
And the Traffic Commission meets at 2 p.m. the third Thursday of every month at the Charlton Police Department. Assumption College is collecting toys in exchange for unpaid campus parking tickets. It's the 20th year the school has done the Tickets for Tots program. For every toy collected, police will take a parking ticket off of students' record. All toys and money are donated to Toys for Tots. Police say they are helping students and helping those in need during the holiday season.
Donating toys to needy children and stuff like that, I think it's a good cause, and a lot of kids that don't have toys now they do for Christmas.
And police say this program is a win-win for everyone, and it's a tradition they hope to continue.